Welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast with Kim Johnson, your creative strategist and master mindset coach. Filled with inspiration, distinctions, perspectives, and possibilities, we help you to cultivate a mindset that leads you to create the best version of yourself you could ever imagine. Join Kim every morning from one of her favorite happy places, her chicken coop, along with all her chickens.
Hey everybody, good morning from the chicken coop. So, do you happen to have goals for your character? I know, weird question to start off the day. However, we have goals for everything else that we're working on. I know most of you, if you're listening to this, you probably have goals that you've set forth for the year. You know, if you want to make $100,000, buy a house, get a new car, start a real estate team, go ahead and create a new business, build out whatever your current ideal world is. You want to grow it because that's what we're taught to do. We're taught to have goals so we can achieve them. And that's an excellent foundation and a thing to work towards. In fact, a big chunk of my business is built around that for people, helping them figure all that stuff out and how to get there. But I'm talking about goals for your character, things that you want to build into yourself as a person, things that you want to cultivate as a better human being, as more of what you've always thought you wanted to be. Like, do you want to be more generous? Do you want to be philanthropic? Do you want to be more creative? Do you want to write or paint? Do you want to have parts of yourself that you're just like, okay, I know that I'm not patient. I want to build patience into myself. Do I want to be more creative in the sense that, there's a part of me that's always wanted to write a book, but I don't feel creative. So I'm going to work on being creative. I'm talking about those little pieces of just personality that have probably been underdeveloped because you're so busy working on the external world, you forget to work on the internal world. Now, why is this so important? Well, it's very hard to create the external world if you are not working on the internal world. And the internal world is by far one of the most difficult places to work on. So we will sit there and say, okay, I'm going to work on the external world because that seems a little bit easier. Well, I have news for you. If you don't work on the internal world, you can't get what you want on the external world. It's like foundational pieces. It's like building a house on sand. You would never sit and build a house on sand, although hundreds of years ago they did because they didn't understand the foundation process and that sand shifts. So if you don't always work on your character, you will find that it shifts. You will find that you become cynical. You will find that the world will wear you down and that you have to really cultivate the identity and the personality that you desire. And that's what this is about, making that a purposeful point in your life instead of just saying, hey, you know what, I am who I am, because that's not true. Sure, we have certain aspects of our personality that are there, but we don't have to keep any of those if we don't want them. We can change everything about ourselves if we choose to. That's the beautiful thing about being a human being and having the ability to choose. It's one of the greatest gifts that we have been given, choice. We can figure it out. We can sit there and listen to ourselves. We can dig in and say, I need to work on this. Now, I will tell you, when I first got introduced to this, I recognized that one of my biggest challenges was that I was very impatient. I did not have patience. I won't say that I have zero patience now, but I will say that I am always challenged with being impatient, and I have to pull myself back. And I think now it's the biggest gift that I've been given, where I used to think it was the biggest pain in the ass, quite honestly, that when it was presented to me that I'm not patient, I'm like, what do you mean I'm not patient? Well, now I realize I was totally not patient, and having to slow down and be patient has taught me more than anything that I ever learned in school. It really truly has been one of the biggest gifts, yet it is the hardest thing that I deal with, because I do have this desire to just boom, 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 boom. It's like rapid fire, making things happen. And I have to slow down with those around me. I have to listen. I have to develop the skills of really listening, especially in my field of coaching. that one thing that seemed to be such a character flaw has brought me so many gifts when I recognized it and I decided I wanted to change it. Now, if I hadn't done that, it would have just continued to bring me pain. But instead, I made that decision that I wanted to work on this. I wanted to be able to shift it. And once I did, I was able to really hone in and focus on it. So I'm going to ask you to look and see and really kind of make that list of things. What are your character goals? What are the things that you want to add into yourself? What are the things that you know you want to cultivate, you want to work on, you want to bring to light? And put them on a piece of paper, make a plan for how you're going to do it, as far as every day saying, okay, here's how I'm going to show up and be patient today. Here are the little things that I can do. I have a little recipe for myself where I'm like, okay, the moment I feel myself becoming impatient, I say, nope, that's the moment I have to sit and pause. I have to go by myself. Even if I have to take myself out and just walk in the bathroom and shut the door, I'll say, got to take a deep breath, bring myself back to center. Okay, now I can walk out and deal with it, because I can feel the impatience steal the wheel of that bus and off we go. So figure out where you're going with it. Start working on it, and remember, this is a practice. This is not a destination. You'll be doing it forever, so get good at that practice, and I will see you soon. Have a great day, my friends. Bye.